All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, yeah, I found some real music, and it was almost by accident. I was doing some research a while back about Hearts singer Ann Wilson, who, again, was kind of not feuding with her sister, because every article I read, it says, no, I'm not, feuding with my sister Nancy, even though uh, Ann Wilson says something like, yeah, I want the band to continue to evolve, and she just wants it to remain the same. And I hear next year they're probably going to go out on tour. So if you're interested about the Heart situation, it appears that the sisters have reconciled, probably due to a very large pile of money. But anyway, I found a new Ann Wilson. Yeah, while I was researching. Now, the difference between the old Ann Wilson, the one in the band Heart, and the new Ann Wilson is the new Ann Wilson has an E at the end of their first name, whereas the old one does not. So there is a bit of confusion. There's no middle initial or nickname or anything. Apparently, the promoters just thought, hey, this is a new generation of people. Many of them probably don't know who the old Ann Wilson is. We've got a 20-year-old singer here who is absolutely, I hate to use this phrase, but it comes to mind. She is off the hook, the talent level that this woman possesses. Now, keep in mind, this is Christian music. It's country-ish, it's traditional, it's rootsy. If you know who Zach Williams is, he's pretty good too, by the way. I think he recently had her sing at a concert, but her bio is just amazing. And, I spent about, 8 years off and on in Christian radio as a volunteer, as a music consultant, as somebody who was trusted with helping design a format, kind of. I was mostly overruled because I was working for a dictator at the time, but that's another video. It's not an important video, by the way, because everybody who was there is no longer involved with that particular radio station. So we all went on to do other things. So let's talk about Ann Wilson. Ann Wilson, with the E on the end of her name, knows the healing power of music firsthand. The song, What a Beautiful Name, that's a Hillsong tune, became a lifeline for her when her brother was tragically killed in a car accident at the age of 23. Although she spent much of her childhood behind a piano, Wilson sang in front of an audience for the first time at her brother's funeral. Wow. All right. It was at that moment that she realized what she was born to do. Now, that is a very different way of being discovered, right? A video of her moving performance organically circulated, eventually landing her a record deal. Now, remember back a few years ago, there was this crazy chick who went on like it was Dr. Phil and cussed out her mother, and she became like this overnight sensation. And then they gave her a record contract. It was like $5 million from Atlantic Records or something like that. Yeah, it's like opposite day from this, right? And in certain circles, this woman is still a household name. I can't remember her name, thank goodness. I know I did a video about it, if you look through the archives. And at the time, nobody really cared about the video, but I was like, really? And this is why the whole celebrity culture and even all of these shows where somebody, they go out there and they sing and they try to win the contest and how many weeks, and the judge gives them a thumbs up. And then a lot of times they get a record deal. And some of those people go on to do big things, but that's not the organic way to get yourself discovered. This is a really cool story. With a mesmerizing voice and a visible hunger for Jesus, now again, that will tick some people off here, the 20-year-old relies on personal journal entries, and time spent in nature for songwriting inspiration. Wilson's introductory track, My Jesus, which she co-wrote with Jeff Pardo and Matthew West, who is a big household name in Christian music, is a warm invitation to experience her Savior in the same intimate way she knows him. She released a debut 3-track single for Capital Christian in early 2021 and followed it up with a live EP called My Jesus Live in Nashville. Her song, My Jesus, charted on the Spotify Viral 50, the Shazam Top 200, and Rolling Stone's Top 25 trending charts. She made her Opry debut on the iconic stage in September of 2021. So yeah, I'm a little late to the party here, guys. Sorry. So Wilson was featured in Billboard magazine back last October as a chart breaker artist, and Wilson's song received a 2022 Billboard Music Award for Top Christian Song of the Year. Her debut album, My Jesus, just arrived back on April 22nd. So see, I'm not that late to the party. This is the new Ann Wilson, folks. Not to be confused with the old Ann Wilson. They're very different in very many ways. I would describe the music as rootsy, country-ish, traditional, Americana, however you want to, describe it. It wouldn't be surprising if she crossed over onto the country music charts in addition to being on Christian radio. This is the kind of music, though, the traditional sound that we need to hear more, whether you like country or blues or rock or jazz-oriented stuff. Anything that's not this cookie-cutter, computer-generated crap. Sorry to use the word crap in a video about a Christian artist, but, it's what I do. I could have used a stronger word, but Ann Wilson is someone I think to be reckoned with in the future. Here's what I'm hoping, though. I'm hoping she doesn't just cross over to the pop charts and then decide that she's going to renounce her faith and everything, because this happens all the time. Lauren Daigle, who's another great so-called Christian singer, she kind of walks a thin line between the pop world and the Christian world, and she's got an amazing voice. She's got a ton of talent, but is she a sellout? A little bit. I mean, if Ann Wilson just sticks to her beliefs and pursues this, I think she could be the number one Christian artist for the next 20 years, for crying out loud. She's only 20 years old. And yeah, if she crosses over onto other charts, but she doesn't lose her belief system, like she's singing about these things, much like Mercy Me did back in the mid-1990s, and people were playing that on stations and going, we apologize for the overtly Christian content here, but everybody's calling up and requesting this song. It's exactly what happened. There's a whole movie, there's a whole documentary about that. And radio programmers were like, hey, it's a Christian worship song, but okay, I guess we'll play it because everybody wants to hear it. Those were the days, by the way, when people still had a little bit of power in what got heard on the radio, whereas today it's almost zero power, because it's all formatted, and people might even say, well, Ann Wilson, she just is taking advantage of this system. I think in the Christian world and Christian music, they do take the audience into consideration. Remember, most of Christian radio is self-funded, the share-a-thons and the pledge-a-thons, which are very tedious. And I used to actually be a part of those when I worked in Christian radio, but that's the way they fundraise and keep the station on the air. Sometimes they have sponsors, but that's not going to produce enough income for those radio stations to continue. So good for Ann Wilson. That's Ann with an E. You've got to check her out, even if you don't like the format and you're just sort of repelled by the whole idea of Christian music versus just music. I think you're going to find that this woman is very talented and has a super bright future. So there you have it. That's my video. Thanks for watching. And of course, we'll see you soon.